Okay, I just effectively just ended the second turn, but I realise I've made a catastrophic error in the fact that the first stage is broken into what is effectively 4 turns, and part 1 of the first stage has 2 turns in it, and part 2 also has 2 turns in it. But they've got different sets of cards in terms of events. Now what I've done is I've played the first turn using the first set of event cards, but I played the second turn using the second set of event cards. Well, I shouldn't have done that. Now that's created a problem in the fact that these cards are supposed to come out in certain orders, you know, but otherwise they create like a paradox in terms of what happened in Europe at specific points in time. So what I'm going to have to do is, even though I'm playing the third turn, I'm going to have to use the remains of the deck from the first part of the age, and then finish off with all the unplayed events from the second part using that deck. So it's a bit of a mess. So it's almost as if I've played turn 1, turn 3, turn 2, turn 4. There's no way I'm starting this game again, not at this particular point. So we're just going to have to go with that and live with any sort of weirdness that results from it. Look at this particular age and what's happened on the second turn. We got this Persia's appeared as a power on the board. It's not a dynamic non-player realm, but it is a power. So the Ottomans really just added a couple of alliances and things like that, and just been getting cards, ideas and things like that. So there's not been a great deal of activity there. If we look at Castile, they've managed to get a colony established in Florida. They've also really just been tagging various ideas and milestones. So they haven't done any sort of expansion. They've got a royal marriage over here in Lombardy. The English, same sort of thing as most people have been doing. They've been consolidating after their initial expansion, tagging ideas and cards and things. They've also they've got some unrest here, and they've got a rebel siege going on there. They do have the ability to colonise, but they never actually got enough points in the administration. Not administration, I think it's actually politics. Anyway, they didn't have enough cubes to do the colonising. France as a bot. They managed to annex Provence, which was useful. So that was that bang and that town there. In terms of Poland, there's not a lot that Poles have done really. The big problem is they can't take over Lithuania because Lithuania's got a bigger tax base than them, so it's left them quite helpless. Now that could be something to do with the way I've messed the cards up. There is a card for a Lithuanian and a Polish golden age that are in this turn 3 that should have been in turn 2. We'll see how that pans out anyway. The guys who've made the most progress are Austria, because they managed to vassalize Hungary, because they had a bigger tax base and they had the right set of cards and the right power cubes to do that. Now, oddly enough, they at last have only managed to get one prestige point, even though they've been by far the most successful in terms of building up their realm. They did get hit by the Bohemian Revolt and the Hungarian uprising here, but they managed to suppress Hungarian uprising, and they really ignored the Bohemian Revolt. Now, yet again, that could be something to do with the way my cards have come out, that it shouldn't have happened in that order. But as I say, I can't undo it now. It's too big. I'd have to start the whole game again. That's really about it in terms of what's happened. The non-player realms, Denmark's not really done anything. Portugal hasn't done anything. And the other non-player realm is... has not done anything either.